Level design. My arch enemy. In fact, it's so f***ing bad, it actually caused me to probably kill 90% of my past projects. That's how much I hate level design. I hate it so much. It is so challenging. It is easily the most challenging skill or part of game development I've ever encountered. In fact, I would even go as far as saying, me being someone who started out as doing art and doing 3D modeling and UI design, graphic design, I would actually go and say that gameplay programming or blueprinting has been easier for me to grasp than level design. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Level design, at least for my game that I'm currently working on, Suit for Hire, is, well, it's like 80% of our content for the most part. You know, you can only go so far with just a bunch of enemies and your player character shooting at them. You actually need a level that is engaging for people to really get into it. So here I am. 6 months, we haven't released an update just because level design or environment art has been our biggest bottleneck. In fact, we even got another level designer to get on the team to help me in getting these levels going faster. Currently, we have about, I think, 4 chapters for the entire Miami series, which we've been working on for the past 6 to 7 months now. Now, don't get me wrong, I really hate the fact that we haven't been able to update the game. That's why I released a test branch so people can get early access, by the way, to the new updates, new mechanics, and new stuff, albeit a little broken, but, you know, that's why we have the test branch, to test out the things that are going to get put into the early access branch. But man, level design has stopped us from being able to push this update sooner rather than later. We're stuck here. I'm stuck here. Every single time that I am forced to look at the levels that I have to work on, I honestly feel like my brain blocks me in every turn. Sometimes I feel like I just want to turn off Unreal Engine and open up Overwatch, even though that would probably cause me more pain than working on the game, to be completely honest. If you've ever played Overwatch, you would know that pain. Absolutely terrifying. In fact, you get into the game and you're probably slamming your desk already. Level design is it's a big part of game development. There's like so many different sections in the workflow, and if you're working with other people, the pipeline to really get a whole level finished from start to finish. I'm not even talking about just laying the walls and floors and all this other stuff. You also have to think about how do you make the level interesting and different. You have to think about lighting. You have to think about optimization, because most times lighting ends up causing performance issues because you have to really be careful with dynamic lights and all this other stuff. Then you have to think about where are you going to place enemies or objectives, and how is the camera going to look? Because this being a top-down game, there's high likelihoods that the camera is going to can clip a bunch of walls, unfortunately. So it's this big, never-ending challenge of getting it done. We only have like 2 levels sort of done, not really. Like, they're not really playable because we still need to add bosses and stuff, but man, it's rough. It's rough. Well, at least we have some progress, but it's been 6 months. Albeit, we only really started the level design and environment art maybe like 4 months, 3 months in. To be fair, I should have started it earlier, but I was working on all the other mechanics. I was working on new primary guns that you'll be able to choose from. I was working on like a grappling mechanic, worked on new enemies, all this stuff, but I neglected level design and environment art because, to be honest, I hate its guts, to be honest. I hate level design. It's the worst. But, you know, albeit, I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to push through to do level design. I know some people love it, but I don't love it. I'm on the completely opposite side of the the side of the table here. I would rather stay away from it if I could, but unfortunately, here we are trying our best to get this thing done. Sorry, I dealt with COVID about a week ago. I still have remnants of it in my body. Anywho, the Miami series, for those that have been keeping track of the game and, you know, the streams and all of the development that we've been working on, it's going not as fast as I wish I could have, gotten this going, but it's going. Our goal has been like 8 levels or 7 levels, or we call them chapters in the game. And we have about 2 with majority art done, kind of majority art. The shipyard and the cathedral. Now we're working on the art exhibit. We're kind of getting some of the block out of the way. Still nowhere near done. There's like 1 or 2 rooms missing that aren't blocked out at all. And then we have a club level that my level designer is working on. So progress is slow but surely. Slowly but sure. Yeah. The game's going, but I feel like this is a big learning experience for me. Here's what I learned. I hate making linear levels. I hate working on linear levels, man. I hate it because here's the challenge with linear levels is that you are making a game and your linear level, you might make level 1 through 5, and making level 1 through 5 might have taken you, let's say, 30 work days. All right, 30 work days. That's pretty fast actually for 5 levels, but 30 work days to make 5 levels. Okay, here's the thing. Those 5 levels, chances are players are going to be playing through that in 20 minutes. It's this whole challenge of spending and investing so much time into these curated, handmade levels that take you such an astronomical amount of time, and a player will get through it in no time. And it's the worst feeling ever, because then the player comes back to you and they're like, hey, I want more. They want more content. Completely understandable. No problem. I get that. In fact, I fully get it. I agree. I look at this and I see people saying that the game is only 2 hours long. Every single time I search up game devlog on YouTube, I find this one video. I forget who it was from. Hold on. The video by Raymond Cripps. It's got like 200,000 views. It's got 200,000 views, and in the thumbnail, it is literally one of my game's reviews saying less than 1 hour of content. And here's the thing. I'm not even bashing the person that wrote that review. That is a completely acceptable review, if anything. Now, that was a while ago, but every single time I gotta go through the game devlog category, I gotta see this, man. But, it's a big learning experience. This is my first game I've ever developed, and I've had to, put extensive amounts of work into the level design and the tooling. Like, I created this wall generator tool that allows me to stretch out static meshes, and it will automatically, add more pieces if necessary and stuff like that. And all these tools to try to make it easier and more seamless to create levels. And I definitely recommend everybody does that. Create tools where you can. It might take you a while to create that tool, but the amount of hours and time it'll save you down the line is amazing. And I highly recommend everybody do it. But man, it sucks. It sucks seeing reviews like that, because a part of me agrees with them, the fact that there's not enough content, but it's also this structure that we have for the game that we can't, change. We can't all of a sudden be like, oh, let's make the game all procedural levels. It's difficult to do that because that's a whole different world, and it might completely shock players or something like that. And obviously it would take a while to develop that. So working on this, it's this feeling of I've learned what I need to learn, but I can't apply it yet. I can't apply the fact that linear levels I hate them. I hate linear levels. And other people might love linear levels, and there's definitely linear levels that are fantastic and replayable, but making a replayable linear level can be somewhat challenging at times. So here I am wanting to make procedural levels instead, but I'm forced to work on campaign levels. And let me tell you, that feeling sucks. That feeling sucks where you have this big foundation, but you don't really like the foundation at all. In fact, you'd prefer moving the foundation somewhere else, but you can't do that. And that I think that's game development as a nutshell. It took me 7 years or 6 years to get to this point of finally releasing Suit for Hire in early access. And hopefully once we reach 1.0, I have a lot of things that I can take into the next game. I think that's game development in a nutshell, is literally just continually learning as much as you can and not stopping learning. For me, I learned I hate level design. It's the worst thing ever. But I'm still getting through it. Like I said, I think tools are the best thing. Creating these little tools that allow me to stretch walls and static meshes is extreme. If I didn't have this, I probably would be banging my head into the wall right now. There'd be a hole in the wall. Luckily, there is no holes. Not yet. But I've been having a pretty fun time with it, even though I hate it. There are times where I'm really excited about the levels that we're creating. Like the cathedral has a catacomb section, which is really cool looking. I was even able to reuse some of the candles I created back in Blades of Vorterra. So it's funny, you know, taking all these things that I thought I put into a grave, but in reality, I'm still reusing a lot of the things that I used back then, even now. And, you know, besides knowledge and whatever have you, I'm reusing assets, which is really interesting. And I think I'll still continually do that over time. But yeah, level design is hard. I'm curious what you think about level design, what your opinion is on it. Maybe you're an environment artist or a level designer, and maybe you came across this whole issue when you were doing it, and maybe you love it now. I'm curious what you think. Or maybe you're a game developer and you're still waiting to get into level design. I would tell you, get into it as soon as you can. Trust me, because level design is a very large part of games. It is essentially the play space for the player. They are going to play in that space. Curious what you think? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And let me know what you thought about this video. It kind of went with more of a, I guess, rambling, ranting structure, talking about level design, my experience with it. And hopefully I'll be able to make some more videos in the upcoming weeks. I don't know. I've been, gonna be honest, I'll be upfront with you. It's been difficult to make videos because I feel like there's this big nudge and quality requirement to record and upload a video, but I kind of just want to talk about things and post it here on YouTube. So let me know what you think, and have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.